Paul and Karine were once one of 90 Day Fiance's most popular couples, but ever since they got married, it's like everything has come crashing down for the couple, and I don't even know where to start with these two. It's like every other day they're accusing each other of something new, and now their kids aren't even allowed near them. You'll never believe what's happened to Karine from 90 Day Fiance. In the 5 years that have passed since Paul and Karine intertwined their lives forever, so much drama has ensued both in Brazil and in Paul's hometown of Louisville, Kentucky, and you'll never guess what Karine's been doing since leaving the show. We all remember the insanity that was Paul during their stints in the 90 Day Fiance franchise, from Paul taking a lock of his mother's hair to his million giant trunks he lugged all the way down there, and Karine reacting to Paul's confession of his criminal past. Viewers were already questioning whether this relationship would last not far into the couple's television debut, but they tied the knot in November 2017, and after losing 2 babies, Karine gave birth to a healthy baby boy named Pierre, and this gave fans of the show less hope of the two realizing how vastly they clash with one another. From the very beginning, Paul began accusing Karine of being unfaithful because of the messages she was receiving on social media, and he even publicly lashed out at her, claiming she ran off with the musician Blake Sackle, and it's no surprise that Karine found this behavior immature and undesirable in a partner, and fans immediately had Karine's back, urging her to leave him and find someone that would trust her. And fast forward to July of 2020, the couple had relocated to Paul's home in Kentucky when Paul alleged that Karine had taken off with their son. Karine quickly bit back, revealing that she had actually filed a restraining order against her husband, and she also claimed that he was holding her green card hostage to keep her from leaving the house. And to make matters worse for Paul, Karine added the icing on the cake when she released a statement alleging that Paul would regularly assault her, if you know what I mean. But what truth is there to any of these claims by either Paul or Karine? Only those two really know. And while trying to make a life in America, Karine pursued a career in cosmetology, leaving Paul to play the stay-at-home dad. And after learning of Paul's felonious past and subsequent prison sentence 10 years prior to them taking their vows, it didn't really shock fans that he wouldn't get a job sufficient to support their family. Even though Paul's crimes weren't violent, it still very much instilled a sense of concern for Karine, which made the allegations of the SA all the more troubling and believable. And over the years, Paul and Karine moved from Brazil to Kentucky, then back to Brazil, then back to Kentucky, and I wonder how many trunks Paul checked on all those journeys. But in July of 2021, the couple welcomed another child into the world, a son named Ethan. But if you thought this would actually help the couple settle their differences, I'm here to burst that bubble and let you know, just 1 month later in August, they both filed restraining orders against each other, only to drop them a month later in September, and then the chaos that was their marriage was unleashed upon the internet in December of 2021. A video was posted on YouTube of what appears to be footage from an inside surveillance camera of Karine physically harming Paul, and I can come to the only conclusion that Paul is the one who uploaded the video. I mean, who else would have done it? And it's not like Karine would, show the world how her violent acts, and the footage is only 10 seconds long, but it speaks volumes. And in the clip, Karine is seen walking up to Paul, who is sitting on the couch with Pierre, and she then yanks his hair and grabs his throat. And however, Karine didn't stay violent when the video went viral. She took to social media and stated that the footage doesn't tell the whole story of the fight, and she even claims that Paul put her hands on his neck. And after the scandal revealed Karine's temper, Paul won full custody of the children that same month, but he then stated that both of the kids were up for adoption at the time, and the beginning of 2021 was the end for Paul and Karine's marriage, and a crazy custody battle ensued with neither party backing down, each claiming that the other was a violent threat. And Karine was, of course, bombarded with messages on social media asking what was happening with her and Paul's legal battle for the children, and she took to Instagram stating that she couldn't discuss the details of the case. And in March of 2021, Karine was then charged with assault and domestic violence in a Kentucky court, and this custody battle has been one of the most venomous in reality TV star history, and the judge actually had to take custody away from both Paul and Karine. Even Paul's mother wasn't allowed temporary custody because Karine would call the police and the court, dramatically claiming that, Paul was trying to end her life. And 90 Day Fiance fans around the world were all saying "I told you so" to their screens when the marriage blew up, and many have taken to social media and discussion boards wishing the two would just settle for the sake of Pierre and Ethan. And while some believe that Paul's mother, Mary, should have been able to take custody of the children, others who remember the odd relationship between mother and son understand why the court excluded her as an option. And in June of 2022, the internet went crazy when multiple sources, including TMZ, released breaking news that Paul and son Pierre were apparently missing, and police launched an investigation immediately, but it was short-lived because just when you thought Paul couldn't get any crazier, Karine actually posted a statement on Instagram that her estranged husband and son were not, in fact, missing, and Paul confirmed this, stating that the whole thing was a huge misunderstanding. And as of July 2022, Paul and Karine don't actually have custody of either of the children. Pierre and Ethan are living with a foster family until their tumultuous custody battle comes to an end, and Karine's Instagram shows she's still in Kentucky, but I wouldn't be surprised if she took the boys back to Brazil should she win custody. And her last name is still Style on her profile, which is crazy, but does she have maybe some hope for their marriage? How do you think this custody battle should turn out? Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And also, if you enjoyed this video, do me a huge favor, hit that like, follow, share, subscribe button, and y'all better stay tuned for many more videos.